Hey everybody, and welcome back to Ticket Stubs and Popcorn, the show where we take an actor and we discuss what we think of their top 3 roles. My name is Frank.
And I'm Peter.
Before we get started, remember to like and subscribe and share and all that good stuff. Today's featured actor is going to be Viola Davis.
What an actor.
Total powerhouse. She really, really is. She's fantastic.
Okay, wait.
What?
Before we get too far. I'm gonna get you with the question.
Yeah,
now.
No, because
it's like the old preemptive strike. If I can get you before.
All right, cool. No, that's okay. Fine.
Damn. Interesting proposition. I think we may have even mentioned is this possible?
All right.
But is it possible for you to come up with 3 movies?
Yeah.
That
yes.
are essentially unrelated.
Most definitely.
But could somehow work as a trilogy.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Actually.
Either a movie with a prequel or sequel.
I think I actually, I won't even need to be thinking about something else, but I think I have an answer for that, and we'll talk about that later.
Dang, I was hoping on getting you off track.
No, I ain't that easy. I'm not that distractible.
Oh, yes, you
are. Pony. So anyway, talk about Viola Davis.
Viola Davis. Okay. I'm going to say a short period of time, but it's really not that short of a time. She has become an American treasure in a fairly short amount of time. Even though she's had some substantial career on stage, working into the movies. Just it's tough to say anything short of phenomenal. But
I do not disagree.
Yeah. But let me just jump in then. So I would say my 3 movies, and it wasn't that easy, because she's good. She doesn't ever leave anything bad behind. It's all good stuff to be very proud of. I would say my first one in no particular order. I don't know why I always have to say that.
I don't know why you
I don't know either. Yeah. But in no particular order because I want to say it twice.
Yeah, no, great. That's all right. I'm totally going to edit that out anyways. So go ahead.
Why don't you just edit my whole bit out and then we can just focus. The first pick is Doubt, which is a marvelous, creepy, kind of frustrating movie. Not because of the themes, not because of the acting, the writing or the directing. It's what it is. And if you haven't seen it, as with any of our movies, just to watch them anyway.
That's our big caveat. Just if you haven't seen them, see them.
Yeah, all right. Try your best to see some of the stuff. So Doubt, it's a fairly short scene for her in this movie, but it sticks with you. It's not like you forget it. You think of the movie and you have in your mind Philip Seymour Hoffman, you have in mind Meryl Streep, and you have Viola Davis in mind, even though her screen time compared to the other two is not much at all.
Yeah, very minimal, yeah.
But that scene as the concerned parent, the mother, where she's approached by Meryl Streep as the mother superior and the principal of the school. That scene where it's you, even in this short little scene, you see a little bit of a roller coaster, but on the outside, she's trying to be just, strong and consistent because that's how she is, and she doesn't want to show any weakness. So her first, you get this feeling from her character that she's kind of resigned to the fact that, oh, great, principal wants to talk to me about my kid.
Yeah.
And then it's just so it's kind of resigned. And then all of a sudden you kind of get this little now I'm getting a little bothered by this because it's like, well, why are you, if you're suspecting an adult, and in this case, a priest, of doing something wrong, in doing something wrong with my like 11 or 12-year-old boy, why are we talking to me about my son as if my son has done something wrong?
Right.
You know, there's
Yeah.
that. So now it goes from like resigned to bothered, and then she just starts dropping a little bit, not much, just enough, and then you realize, no, she's just worried about the home situation.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's more like, I've got to protect my boy. Well, what's she protecting the boy from? The priest?
She's really protecting her son from her husband.
Yeah.
And that's when you just, it all like falls into place. And it's just the way she brings this about.
Yeah.
In a short
it's pretty
scene.
amazing.
And you're like, oh man, she's just being so protective. But it starts off and it doesn't seem that way.
Yeah.
It starts off like, yeah, she just resigned to this fact. And then a little peaked, a little bothered. And then it's like, you realize, you know what I mean? Oh, she's got to hold it together at home, at work, school,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? As she's being approached, because the whole thing too also takes place, I want to say that the Meryl Streep, the mother superior, is trying to catch her in this short little span where she's trying to get to work anyway.
Right. Yeah.
And it's one of those things where, can't be late, gonna get in trouble,
Yep.
lose my,
All
that
these-
sort of
she's trying to juggle
everything.
all these.
You got it.
last
And that's
steps
just
of her
phenomenal.
life.
So
Yeah.
doubt is
All right,
in there.
cool. All right, great one.
I got a second one, which I almost,
I'll tell you, it's not a very good movie. I'll just tell you that
Okay.
right out
All right.
flat. It's called The Architect, and I'm into architecture. So when this movie came out, I said, "Oh, it's called The Architect," and it seems to be about like what is the architect's duty to society, not just to his art.
Right.
Because in theory, the architect is going to build a structure that either someone's going to live in or someone's going to work in or someone's going to, visit. So in my head, I'm thinking, oh, this one might be a good movie to go see. Not so much. The movie's not so good. But anyway,
I don't know.
I'm watching this. I can't even tell you. Maybe 2000.
Who else is in it?
It's not that many. Oh, you know who's in it?
Who is in it?
Your friend Sebastian Stan. He's a younger person in that one.
Yeah, all right, that's cool. I like
And
him.
then the other one, she's about the same age. Hayden Panettiere.
Oh, okay.
She's in it. And then his name's going to escape me, but he's
It'll hit you at 3:00 in the morning.
Anthony LaPaglia. Anthony.
All right.
LaPaglia. He's like an Australian actor, I want to say.
but actually he's pretty good in this movie too. But the movie itself, it's kind of forgettable.
So what makes
But-
her performance?
One of my
Forget- or
problems, and the
remember.
only problem I could ever have,
Rememberable? Sound-
the-
I almost said rememberable.
the only exactly the only problem that I can ever see with Viola Davis, and I can guarantee you it will never happen from now on, because she definitely has a name.
Yeah.
Everybody knows her. But a little while ago, she'd be in a movie or movies that were okay, but she's the only one who's so good in some of these movies that she stands out as even better.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, oh boy, I wish you were in better movies. And that, of course,
Now
is-
she's in
it's
better
definitely
movies.
been
Yeah.
happening the last, say, 6-7 years. But so this movie, it's interesting. She's like a community organizer. She's a crusader, and she lives in this apartment, this huge apartment complex, and it's the projects essentially.
The man who was the architect early in his architecture career designed and built this building, and it was supposed to help the community and all that stuff. But as we see now, it's just become a haven for everything bad in lower income neighborhood. And for whatever reason, the people who are living there, maybe not all of them, but the people who are living there obviously don't like the situation, but they're somehow connecting the design of the building and where it is and how it, and all that stuff as being the contributing factor to the thing.
Okay.
And so that's kind of what the hook is, and that's why Viola Davis's character is trying to get a petition around to have this thing condemned and knocked down. And she's indignant about that situation, what's going on, but she carries it with dignity and concern. Once again, she's a mother. She has lost a child at this point, but she still has two other children who aren't young, but they're still her children. And so she wants to get this building condemned. So the way she's going to go about it is to get enough signatures. And she comes to the realization is what would be the most meaningful signature she can get, and that would be from the architect himself.
Yeah.
And that's where
That's
there's a
the
little
thing.
conflict, there's ego involved on the architect's part and this and that sort of thing. And but the fact that she's just so much better than anybody in this movie, she's just so good in the movie. I'm not going to say that you're willing to forget it's not a very good movie, but it's a great acting performance.
Yeah.
And so, and she's just Viola Davis.
Yeah.
She's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So that would be another one.
All right. And your third?
The third one is
I'm trying really hard to be able to remember these for later.
for later
Yeah.
is Fences, which was a play originally and then made into a movie, and most of, perhaps all of the original Broadway cast is in the movie version. And we've talked in the past, one of our featured performers was Denzel Washington.
Right.
And Denzel's obviously, once again,
Great.
he's being Denzel and he's incredible.
And there's so many points in the movie where you're like, okay, I'm gonna strap myself in and watch Denzel give the Denzel performance. And there's a couple of times where you're like, wow, he can't like, I mean, he's letting it all out. He's not like holding back that way, but he's not dominating the scene, because every once in a while, his long-suffering wife, Viola Davis, is just, you know what I mean? She'll like come back every once in a while. There'll be something. And there is that phenomenal scene toward the end in the backyard, surrounded by fences.
That's a good name
It's
for
a
a movie.
great name for a movie.
Um,
It's actually a great name for a play that you then turn into a movie.
I like
would
that
be
idea
good.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's a good one.
Yeah.
So they're outside, and
Denzel's just getting into his rant, and he's gonna go, and all of a sudden, boom, she's had it. That's it.
And she just lets loose.
I'm gonna tell you how I feel
Yeah.
now. And it's one of those things that they probably now study in acting school, maybe, and say, here, just memorize this play. Just see what you can do with this.
Do this with a scene partner.
She is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And so she's hurt. She's angry. She's hurt though. And he's going on about, whatever, the failed baseball career,
Right.
give me another, blah, blah, blah. And in the course of the movie, we've seen, or the play, and then the movie, we've seen that, he's been cheating on her. Now he's got a child from another woman.
Yeah.
And, and he's just like, so he's not like, that like knight in shining armor. And she's, and she just unloads. And the thing that I love about that scene is she's going on, and she's angry, but she's hurt, and she's gonna let it out, and she's gonna explain, her side of the issue. And she is like, at the end of that scene, she's like a teary but snotty mess. This this just like a whole. And you know what? You're just sitting there, and that never bothers you. You notice what's going on.
Because
it's real. That's just it.
Yeah,
and you're
it's
just
real.
there, and you accept it because you're like, oh wow,
Yeah,
like I'm
that's-
feeling it, even though like that may not be my home situation.
No,
That may
but
not be
it's-
my personal experience.
Yeah, but it's genuine.
You have experienced it because her character is experiencing
Yeah.
it, and that is what makes that thing. There's only one word every time I think of that, or if you see the movie, it's powerful. That's the
God.
only word I could ever
Yeah.
come up with, and sometimes that sounds trite. You just kind of throw these words out, but that's just
But it
it's
is.
such a
Yeah.
powerful performance. You're just thinking to yourself, if anybody could ever use that as like their Oscar clip,
Yeah,
that's
I
the
think it
one to
was.
use. It probably was.
that was.
Yeah,
They
it
used
probably
the
was. But
Oscars
I mean,
for-
for like, even if you weren't in the movie, I'd still
Yeah.
use that one as my Oscar clip, just because. No, that's so much better than I could do. Just roll that one. That's what we got. Roll with that one. So,
that's funny.
so that's what I got.
That's those are great. Those are great.
We should probably take this time
to remind folks,
remind people.
like and subscribe,
like and subscribe,
and
because
all that
we
good stuff.
need the help. We
God.
need the help.
So yeah, those are great. The only place that we overlap actually is with doubt.
Okay.
Everything you said, I wholeheartedly agree with. And what I like about Viola Davis's performance there is you can see her weighing all of the in that scene with Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
And they're walking to work, and there's that she's all the things that she has on her mind. One, just trying to get to work. Oh, great, I gotta go to the school because they called about my son. My husband is terrifying and abusive.
Yeah.
And now she's having this conversation where she's finding out that her son may have been molested by a priest. But she's also dealing with the fact that she thinks her kid is gay, and that the father's gonna beat him to death just for
because
that.
of that.
And
Yes.
then if this comes up to, it's just like, oh my God.
It's like the icing on the cake.
Right,
That's-
and her
yeah.
thing is just, just get him through this year, get him into high
Yes,
school,
yeah.
and that as though that's going to, alleviate
Solve
some of the
everything.
pressure.
Yeah.
And it's just not. And
And if he
she's,
can get into a better high school, then
yeah,
he can
like
maybe
the-
get into a college, and that's
but it's what she does with her performance, and you see it in her. You see all of these aspects of her life being juggled, and she's really just like weighed down by them, and she's just like, I can't do, and all of it at its base, she just loves her kid, and she just wants the kid to be happy, and there are all these other factors that are making that damn near impossible.
Yes.
And any other parent, I think, would be just like, I just want my kid to be happy. I don't, if you're telling me that he's found some comfort and solace in someone who's paying positive attention to him, she's not at all saying, yeah, fine, let him molest my kid. But it's one of those things where it's just like, you know what? He's gay, and he's probably going to have a ton of issues anyways. It's 1964. So yeah. And so in 1964, I'm sure to be a black gay kid was super duper difficult.
especially if he has a father
a
who was
father who's-
described the way he's described.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the mother find that even this one sort of bright spot is it's a bright spot, but even that bright spot has got a little
It's tarnished
sort of,
a little.
it's tarnished a little bit.
Yeah.
She's just like, look, if this is going to keep him alive, there's I
Just
don't have
get him to June.
Well, I
Just
just
get him
don't,
to June,
She
you know.
just doesn't have the energy, physical or emotional or otherwise, to do that, and to be able to portray that with such a small scene.
It is. It's a small
just
scene.
it's great. It's one of the most powerful scenes in the whole thing. Everyone in that movie is great. I think it's one of those rare instances where someone is kind of gives Meryl Streep a run for their money. It's just like, you know what, that performance by Viola Davis, I would say is on par with Meryl Streep. They're both so powerful, and they tell us so much about these characters. So doubt is where we overlap. My other one would be The Help,
Okay.
which was great.
Mm-hmm.
As we all know, lots of great people in that.
That's
lots of
a nice
great
cast.
performances.
Very nice cast.
And again, it's another performance where her character needs to balance all of these other things
Oh, sure.
when she wants to do kind of like the right thing, where if she does hang out and chat with Skeeter and tell her stories and encourage other maids to come and tell their stories, yeah, she's contributing something big and positive to the bigger picture. But at what cost? What is she going to risk? She's already lost a son to racial indifference. What could happen next? And it's but she's her character is brave, and she's strong, and she fights through that apprehension to just do the right thing. And and Viola Davis just knocks it out of the park. Another little aside from that movie, another performance that really surprised me and blew me away in that is Bryce Dallas Howard.
Okay.
In that. So in preparation for this, I watched this movie again recently, and
So I
was
heard.
just blown away by that. So The Help is my other one. And then this is what's great about Viola Davis, because she's able to take that gravitas, that seriousness, and bring that into whatever she's doing.
Yeah.
Okay. And for her to be able to bring that into Suicide Squad,
I thought that would be on your list.
which is my third, but it's so,
Yeah.
but
It's
a great performance. And the movie, we could argue, till the cows come home, about this, maybe it's a crappy comic book movie, but she brings a lot of, I don't know, she brings a lot of pedigree to that movie.
Mm-hmm.
She brings a lot of class to the movie. She brings a lot of strength and a lot of talent to this movie. Lots of great people in that movie. Lots of not so great people in that movie. And the movie overall, I think, was not successful. But her portrayal of Amanda Waller was just fantastic. You believed every second that she would let every one of them die. And then when she goes through and just bang, 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 kills a whole bunch of her team, it's like, holy shit, I am terrified of this woman. And you buy it for every frame of her performance in that movie. You buy it. And she's just, she just brings that seriousness, and she just owns it.
The interesting thing, which just makes her so compelling, is that she's so good and so believable in any role. You'll be watching, Fences, we'll say, or The Help, and you're like, I think she really is in the 1950s. And then in Help, you're like, I think she really is in the 1960s. She really captures everything.
Yeah.
In every role she's in.
Yeah. She was, Suicide Squad.
Very good.
Which is a weird pull, I think.
But
I think that it is a testament to what.
To her.
Well, it's a testament to her, but I think also more broadly, I think it's a testament to what's happened with comic book movies in the last 10 years.
Oh, okay.
10 to 15 years, where they're just getting better people to sort of elevate the genre. I mean, look at all the Oscar nominees and winners that show up in the Marvel universe. DC has had a bumpier road with trying to get their act together.
You know something? It still does happen though.
Yeah.
With Joker, with both.
Yeah,
There's two of them
true.
who played Joker and have won.
Yeah, that's true. I don't even want to talk.
No.
about Joker
But I'm
movie.
just saying.
But yeah,
I'm
you're
just
right.
saying
you're
though,
right.
it's not as plentiful as the Marvel universe. Good examples.
Yeah, I mean, Marvel hasn't gotten their Oscar. You know, DC has a couple. So yeah. So those are
That's
my Viola
Very
Davis
good.
picks. Yeah, and I
Very
think it's
good.
yeah, she's just fantastic. So you
remember-
asked me a question.
Like
oh
and
yeah,
subscribe.
like and subscribe.
Just follow whatever it says on the screen.
You asked me a question. 3
I
unrelated movies.
did.
That
Is it
could
possible
be
to-
a trilogy.
yeah.
I thought everything's possible.
Oh, it is
if you,
possible, of course.
You know, explain it away well enough. So let's see. I would say yes. If I were to watch like a weird
The answer is
trilogy
yes.
kind of
Okay.
thing, I would
now.
definitely say yes.
We'll just leave it alone.
Yes. I would put
You
together.
actually have 3 movies now.
Oh, I've thought about this before, and I've had this conversation 100 times with people. I would do you do Breakfast Club, and
Yes,
then you do St. Elmo's Fire,
right.
and then you do The Big Chill. So it's these groups
Later in life.
of
Yeah.
friends at very specific points in time. You've got the whole high school cliquey stereotype thing going on there, and then you move into St. Elmo's Fire, where everybody's just out of college and in that same place and trying to figure out their lives. Again, another great ensemble movie.
Yeah.
And it's just a coincidence that those 2 movies share, some actors. And then you and then you get into The Big Chill, and that one, again, people who are in their 30s and 40, they've had a friend die,
And they're brought together
another
because
couple
of
wants
a-
to have a baby,
Yeah.
and careers are in weird places, and who's got a substance abuse problem.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of, and if you want to tack on a 4th one, you go to Cocoon, End of Life stuff.
End of life.
So,
Yep. There we go.
So
Got a little bit of a rebirth.
So that would be my unrelated trilogy. So
Okay.
unrelated 80s trilogy, actually.
Yeah, you're right.
So
What
would you,
I've
what
got
would you
one
do?
in mind, but they aren't all from the same
that's-
time period.
yeah.
But I am thinking of Hollywood loves movies about Hollywood.
Yes, they do.
They just love themselves. And the embarrassing thing is, I love movies about
Yeah,
Hollywood too.
completely, yeah.
So I was thinking if you go with The Artist, which is now maybe like 8, 9 years
Yeah.
old, maybe, and it's predominantly a silent movie, but it takes place in that time period of silent pictures where the actress is discovered, and so we have The Artist, and then you get to All About Eve, where now she's like in Hollywood, and
Okay.
she's making maybe some unscrupulous stuff going on, but she's in Hollywood, and she's made her name, and she's making her name. And then you go with Sunset Boulevard,
Nice.
somebody who's past
at the
it
end,
and
yes.
still living through the past and just keeps playing a role clips and living this semi-reclusive life. And
Yeah, that's
and
good.
I thought, like, this is a trajectory in this case of a famous young female actor who then has made it and now is
Yeah, now
past
she's
it.
twilight of her.
Of
Yeah,
her
that's a
sanity.
good one. Yeah,
Yeah.
not bad,
Well, that one.
not bad. So let's want to recap.
So your
Oh, you're gonna do
three.
this. All
Well,
right.
I'm gonna try.
Go ahead.
We're gonna try. We're gonna go with the one movie that we agreed on. Oh, well, we overlap. We agreed as one of our 3 was Doubt, The Help,
Mhm.
and Suicide Squad.
Right, and you had Doubt, and you had Fences, and you had
Fences.
The Architect.
Yeah.
So there we go. As you watch this show, folks, you'll see that we don't pay attention to each other.
Yeah,
at
every
all.
once in a while you can actually see
Not-
one or both of
One
us
of us
nodding
just-
off.
Yeah, or just leave, and the other one
Yeah.
just talks for a while.
Yeah.
I
I've
made a
actually
sa-
done food shopping a couple of times.
Yeah, I made a
and
sandwich
I
while
don't
he
think
was
you guys
talking
even
about
noticed.
Fences. So,
Yeah.
anywho, so yeah, let's grab the bucket. See
we
what we're
already
gonna
here? We're
do
already
next.
at this
We're
point.
already.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just
All
crazy
right.
story.
Okay, and popcorn bucket.
Yeah.
Now comes a ticket stub.
Whoops, grabbed
Coming
too
up.
many. There we go. All right, take a look at that.
Alrighty.
Yeah, not bad.
No. Yeah.
That'll be good. So, so we remind you, please, to like and subscribe, tell all your friends,
Please do.
and I guess thanks for watching. I've been Frank.
I still am Peter.
All right, bye bye.
Take care.